This is the Australian stock market closing report for Wednesday, the 4th of May 2016. Commodity-related companies were sharply lower on the back of a significant reversal at a major support reference point in the US dollar and in conjunction with a major fall in BHP related to uncertainty with the filing of a new 58 billion Australian dollar lawsuit regarding the Samarco mine disaster. The battering of commodity-related sectors weighed heavily on the ASX 200, with the index reversing the majority of yesterday's gains to close down 83 points or 1.55% to 5,271. The day's trading range was 83 points, with the high of the session at 5,353 and the low of the session at 5,271. Market breadth was especially weak, with only 46 advancing stocks versus 146 declining stocks and 8 stocks unchanged. Excluding the weakest components making up the majority of the worst performers list, we had South 32 lower by 8.3%, Alumina down by 8.3% and Oceana Gold down by 8.1%. BHP Billiton and Rio Tinto were pounded in today's session, with BHP closing down 9.4% or $1.94 to $18.79. Rio Tinto closed down 7.5% or $3.90 to $47.85. On the back of weaker crude prices, the energy sector was lower by 5.1%. Santos was down 8.7%. Woodside Petroleum was down 5.3% and Oil Search was down 4%. The consumer staples sector was off 3%, with Woolworths closing down 7%, Select Harvest closing down 4.4% and GrainCorp closing down 3.4%. Profit taking occurred in the big four banks, with ANZ down 0.6%, Commonwealth Bank down 0.55%, National Australia Bank was off 1.2% and Westpac was lower by 1.1%. In company news, rating agency Standard & Poor's downgraded Woolworths from a BBB plus to a BBB rating after the company announced yesterday that its soft sales relative to competitors resulted in its fourth consecutive quarter of declining like-for-like sales. The supermarket giant said in a statement, quote, "Woolworths remains committed to a solid investment-grade rating and credit profile and is confident the execution of its strategy will deliver the best outcome for its customers and investors." In a new civil action that is separate from the lawsuit that was settled with Brazil's government in March, federal prosecutors in Brazil have filed a 58 billion Australian dollar action against miners Samarco, Vale, SA and BHP Billiton. Prosecutors said in a statement, the lawsuit is the result of a 6-month investigation led by a task force set up after the disaster. BHP shares slid almost 10% on the news to experience its worst one-day drop in 7 years. The 5 most active stocks were Alumina, Fortescue Metals, Telstra Corporation, South 32 and BHP Billiton. The 5 best performers were Nine Entertainment, higher by 3.8%, Australian Pharma Industries, higher by 3.5%, Bellamy's Australia, higher by 3.2%, Gateway Lifestyle Group, up 3.1%, and Surtex Medical, up 3.1%. The 5 worst performers were Worley Parsons, down 14.7%, Western Areas, down 10.9%, Independence Group, lower by 10.1%, Covermore, lower by 9.9%, and ALS, down 9.7%. The Australian dollar has reversed some of its losses to trade marginally higher to 75.07 US cents. Spot gold is lower on the session, 0.6% to 1,284 US dollars. And crude oil has bounced back somewhat in the Asian session, trading higher by 24 cents or 0.55% to $43.89. This has been the Australian stock market closing report for Wednesday, the 4th of May 2016, and I've been your host, Aaron First. I'll see you again next time.